Your mind is an incredible force. It's the key to unlocking your true potential, to achieving greatness beyond your wildest dreams. But here's the thing. Your mind needs direction, it needs purpose, and most importantly, it needs to be trained to love the challenges that will lead you to success. Today, we're going to talk about something powerful. How to make your brain actually crave doing hard things. Yes, you heard that right. We're not just talking about tolerating difficulties or pushing through them. We're talking about rewiring your brain to actively seek out and enjoy the tough stuff. Now, you might be thinking, that's impossible. I naturally avoid hard things. It's human nature. And you're right. To an extent, our brains are wired for comfort, for the path of least resistance. But that's not where growth happens. That's not where success lies. The good news? You can change this. You can train your brain to not just accept challenges, but to hunger for them. Everything worthwhile in life comes from doing hard things. Think about it. Your proudest achievements, your moments of greatest personal growth, they all came from pushing yourself beyond your comfort zone. They came from tackling challenges that seemed insurmountable at first. But why stop at just tolerating these challenges? Why not learn to love them? Why not condition your mind to actually get excited when faced with a difficult task? The first step is understanding. Understanding that discomfort is the price of growth. Understanding that the satisfaction of overcoming a challenge far outweighs the temporary pain of tackling it. When you truly internalize this, you're already halfway there. Next, we need to reframe how we view hard things. Instead of seeing them as obstacles, see them as opportunities. Opportunities to learn, to grow, to become stronger. Every difficult task is a chance to prove to yourself what you're. It's a chance to expand your limits and redefine what's possible for you. Now let's talk about the power of small wins. Your brain loves rewards. It craves the rush of dopamine that comes with accomplishment. So break down your big scary goals into smaller, manageable tasks. Each time you complete one of these tasks, your brain gets a little hit of satisfaction. Over time, this creates a positive association with challenging work. Start small. Maybe it's getting up 15 minutes earlier than usual. Maybe it's reading 10 pages of a challenging book every day. Whatever it is, make it slightly uncomfortable but achievable. As you consistently hit these small targets, you'll start to notice something amazing. You'll begin to look forward to them. This is where the magic happens. This is where you start to rewire your brain. You're teaching it that hard things lead to good feelings. You're creating a new pattern, a new habit of seeking out challenges rather than avoiding them. But don't stop there. Gradually increase the difficulty of your tasks. Push yourself a little further each time. Remember, growth happens at the edge of your comfort zone. The more you expand that zone, the more capable you become. Visualization. Your brain doesn't always distinguish between what's real and what's vividly imagined. Use this to your advantage. Spend time each day visualizing yourself tackling difficult tasks with enthusiasm. See yourself pushing through challenges, feeling the rush of accomplishment. The more real you make these mental images, the more your brain will start to associate positive. Another crucial aspect is your self-talk. The words you use, even in your own mind, have immense power. Instead of saying, I have to do this hard thing, say, I get to do this hard thing. It's a small change, but it shifts your perspective from obligation. It turns a chore into a privilege. Remember, every great achievement in history came from someone doing something difficult. The Wright brothers didn't achieve flight by sticking to what was easy. Martin Luther King Jr. didn't change the world by avoiding challenges. They embraced the hard path because they knew that's where greatness lies. You have that same potential within you. You have the power to reshape your mind to make it crave the very things that will lead you to success. But it takes consistent effort. It takes a commitment to pushing yourself every single day. Think about the person you want to become, the goals you want to achieve, the life you want to live. Now, ask yourself, is that person afraid of hard work? Does that person shy away from challenges? Of course not. That person, the best version of you, thrives on difficulty. They see hard things as stepping stones to greatness. So how do you become that person? You start now. You start by committing to do one hard thing today and then another tomorrow. and another the day after that. You build momentum. You create a snowball effect of personal growth. At the end of each day, ask yourself, what hard thing did I do today? Make it a point of pride to always have an answer. Even if it's something small, celebrate it. You're building a habit of seeking out and conquering challenges. Now, let's talk about failure. Because when you start doing hard things, you will fail sometimes, and that's okay. In fact, it's more than okay, it's essential. Failure is not the opposite of success. It's a part of success. Every failure is a lesson, a stepping stone to your ultimate goals. The key is to change how you view failure. Don't see it as a reflection of your worth or abilities. See it as data. What can you learn from this? How can you adjust your approach? When you frame failure this way, it loses its power to Instead, it becomes another tool in your growth arsenal. Remember, the path to success is not a straight line. It's a series of ups and downs, twists and turns. The people who achieve greatness are not those who never fail, but those who never give up. They're the ones who see every setback as a setup for a comeback. Now let's talk about the incredible power of habits. Your life is essentially the sum of your habits. And habits, once formed, operate on autopilot. They bypass the need for willpower or motivation. So if you can turn doing hard things into a habit, you've essentially hacked your brain's operating system. How do you form these habits? Through consistent, deliberate practice. Start by identifying one hard thing you want to turn into a habit. Maybe it's exercising every morning or tackling your most challenging work task first thing in the day. Whatever it is, commit to doing it every single day for at least 30 days. The first few days will be tough. Your brain will resist, it will come up with excuses, try to talk you out of it. This is normal. Push through. Remember, you're rewiring your neural pathways. You're creating new connections in your brain that will, over time, make this hard thing feel natural and even necessary. As you stick with it, you'll start to notice something amazing. The resistance will lessen. The task will become easier. And here's the real magic. You'll start to feel uncomfortable if you don't do it. Your brain will begin to crave the very thing it once avoided. This is the power of neuroplasticity. Your brain's ability to reorganize itself by forming new neural connections. You're literally changing the physical structure of your brain through your actions and thoughts. But don't stop at one habit. Once you've successfully ingrained one hard thing into your routine, add another and another. Over time, you'll build a network of positive habits that push you towards your goals on autopilot. Now, let's address a common misconception. Many people think that those who achieve great things are somehow different, that they have some innate ability to tackle difficult tasks. This simply isn't true. The ability to do hard things is not something you're born with. It's something you develop. Think of it like a muscle. The more you exercise it, the stronger it gets. Every time you choose to do something difficult, you're strengthening your hard things muscle. And just like physical exercise, it gets easier over time. What once seemed impossible becomes manageable. And what was manageable becomes easy. This is why it's so important to constantly seek out new challenges. As you conquer one difficult task, look for the next one. Always be pushing your boundaries. Always be expanding your comfort zone. This constant growth is what separates the extraordinary from the ordinary. Remember, comfort is the enemy of progress. When you're comfortable, you're not growing. And if you're not growing, you're stagnating. In today's fast-paced world, stagnation is the same as moving backwards. So embrace discomfort. Seek it out. Let it be a sign that you're on the right path. Now, let's talk about the role of purpose in all of this. It's one thing to force yourself to do hard things out of sheer willpower. It's another thing entirely to do them because they align with your deepest values and goals. When you have a clear sense of purpose, hard things take on new meaning. They become necessary steps on the journey to your ideal self. So take some time to clarify your purpose. What do you want to achieve in life? What kind of person do you want to become? What impact do you want to have on the world? When you have clear answers to these questions, doing hard things becomes not just easier, but essential. This purpose will be your North Star. It will guide you when things get tough. It will remind you why you're pushing yourself when it would be easier to give up. It will give meaning to your struggles and sweeten your victories. But purpose alone isn't enough. You also need a plan. Break down your big, audacious goals into smaller, actionable steps. Each of these steps should be challenging but achievable. This gives you a roadmap to follow, a series of hard things to tackle one after another. As you work through this plan, keep track of your progress. Celebrate your wins, no matter how small. Remember, every step forward, no matter how tiny, is progress. And progress over time leads to remarkable results. Now let's address the elephant in the room. Fear is often what holds us back from doing hard things. Fear of failure, fear of the unknown, fear of discomfort. But here's the truth. Fear is just a feeling. It's not a command. It's not a prediction of the future. It's simply your brain trying to keep you safe. But you don't want to just be safe. You want to grow, to achieve, to become the best version of yourself. And that means learning to act in spite of fear. In fact, let fear be a compass. If something scares you, it's probably worth doing. Instead of trying to eliminate fear, welcome it. See it as a sign that you're pushing your boundaries, that you're about to do something meaningful. When you feel fear, say to yourself, great, I'm about to grow. This doesn't mean the fear will go away. It means you'll learn to act alongside it. You'll develop the ability to feel fear and do the hard thing anyway. And this, my friends, is true courage. Now let's talk about the power of community. Surrounding yourself with people who are also committed to doing hard things can be incredibly motivating. Their energy and determination will rub off on you. Their successes will inspire you. And when you're struggling, they'll be there to support and encourage you. Seek out these people. Join groups or communities focused on personal growth and achievement. Share your goals and your struggles. Celebrate each other's victories. Create a culture of positive peer pressure where doing hard things is the norm. Remember, you're the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with, so choose wisely. Surround yourself with people who push you to be better, who inspire you to tackle bigger challenges. Let's address a common pitfall. The all-or-nothing mindset. Many people think that if they can't do something perfectly, there's no point in doing it at all. This kind of thinking is a trap. It's an excuse to avoid doing hard. The truth is, imperfect action is infinitely better than perfect inaction. So what if you can only do 5 push-ups instead of 50? Those 5 push-ups are infinitely more valuable than 0. So what if you can only focus on that difficult project for 10 minutes instead of an hour? Those 10 minutes are moving you forward. Embrace the idea of progress, not perfection. Every little bit counts. Every small step forward is a victory. Over time, these small victories add up to massive changes. Let's talk about the power of identity. The stories we tell ourselves about who we are have a profound impact on our behavior. If you see yourself as someone who avoids challenges, you'll act accordingly. But if you start to see yourself as someone who thrives on difficult tasks, your actions will naturally align with that identity. So start telling yourself a new story. Instead of I'm not good at hard things, say I'm someone who loves a good challenge. Instead of I always take the easy way out, say I always choose the path that will help me grow. This isn't about lying to yourself. It's about choosing to focus on the parts of yourself that align with your goals. It's about becoming the person you want to be by acting as if you're already that person. Remember, your actions shape your identity, and your identity shapes your actions. It's a powerful feedback loop. The more you do hard things, the more you'll see yourself as someone who does hard things. And the more you see yourself that way, the more naturally you'll gravitate towards challenges. Now let's address a crucial point. Balance. Pushing yourself to do hard things doesn't mean you should be in a constant state of stress and struggle. That's a recipe for burnout. The key is to find the right balance between challenge and, think of it like physical exercise. You push your muscles to grow by subjecting them to stress, but you also need periods of rest for them to recover and become stronger. The same principle applies to training your brain to crave hard things. So build in recovery periods. After tackling a particularly challenging task, give yourself time to relax and recharge. Engage in activities that bring you joy and peace. This isn't wasted time. It's necessary maintenance that allows you to keep pushing forward in the long run. Remember, the goal isn't to eliminate all comfort from your life. The goal is to expand your comfort zone so that what once seemed impossibly hard becomes manageable, even enjoyable. Now, let's talk about the power of reflection. At the end of each day, take some time to think about the hard things you tackled. What did you learn? How did you grow? What would you do differently next time? This reflection serves two purposes. First, it helps you learn from your experiences, making you more effective at tackling future challenges. Second, it reinforces the positive feelings associated with doing hard things. You're reminding your brain that yes, it was difficult, but look at what you accomplished. Over time, this reflection becomes a powerful motivator. You'll start to look forward to this daily review, eager to see what you've achieved and how you've grown. A person in today's social media-driven world, it's easy to fall into the trap of comparing your journey to others. You might see someone tackling seemingly impossible tasks with ease and think, I could never do that. But here's the truth. Everyone's journey is different. What's hard for you might be easy for someone else, and vice versa. The only fair comparison is between who you are today and who you were yesterday. So focus on your own growth. Celebrate your own victories, no matter how small they might seem to others. Remember, the person who can do 100 push-ups started with just one. The person running marathons started by jogging around the block. Your journey is your own, and it's beautiful in its uniqueness. Now let's talk about the power of curiosity. Curiosity is a natural antidote to fear and resistance. When you approach hard things with a sense of curiosity, you shift your focus from the difficulty to the potential for discovery. Instead of thinking, this is going to be tough, think, I wonder what I'll learn from this. Instead of dreading a challenge, get curious about how you'll overcome it. This simple shift in mindset can make a world of difference. Cultivate your curiosity. Ask questions, explore new ideas, be willing to be a beginner. Embrace the discomfort of not knowing, because that's where true learning happens. Remember, every expert was once a beginner. Every master was once a novice. The difference is that they remained curious. They kept pushing. They kept doing the hard things even when it would have been easier to give up. Self-compassion. Pushing yourself to do hard things doesn't mean being hard on yourself. In fact, self-compassion is essential for long-term growth and resilience. When you face setbacks, and you will face setbacks, treat yourself with kindness. Speak to yourself as you would to a good friend. Acknowledge the difficulty of what you're trying to achieve. Recognize your effort, even if the results aren't what you hope. Self-compassion isn't about making excuses or lowering your standards. It's about giving yourself the emotional support you need to keep going, to get back up when you fall, to face the next challenge with renewed energy and determination. Remember, doing hard things is, well, hard. It's okay to struggle. It's okay to have doubts. What matters is that you keep moving forward, that you keep pushing your boundaries, that you keep growing. Now, let's talk about the power of visualization in more detail. Your mind is an incredibly powerful tool, and it can be programmed to crave challenges. Every night before you go to sleep, spend a few minutes visualizing yourself tackling your most difficult tasks with enthusiasm and energy. See yourself pushing through obstacles, overcoming setbacks, and achieving your goals. Make these mental images as vivid and detailed as possible. Feel the satisfaction of conquering challenges, hear the words of praise from others, taste the sweetness of success. This nightly practice does two things. First, it programs your subconscious mind to seek out and embrace challenges. Second, it builds your confidence by showing you a vision of what's possible. Over time, you'll find yourself naturally gravitating towards harder tasks, excited by the prospect of growth and achievement. Reframing is another important aspect. The role of physical health in mental toughness. Your brain's ability to tackle hard things is directly influenced by your physical well-being. Regular exercise, proper nutrition, and adequate sleep are not just good for your body. They're essential for training your brain to crave challenges. Exercise, in particular, is a powerful tool. It's a controlled way to do hard things, to push your limits in a measurable way. Each time you complete a workout, especially when you don't feel like it, you're strengthening your hard things muscle. You're teaching your brain that discomfort leads to growth and satisfaction. Nutrition plays a crucial role too. Your brain needs the right fuel to function at its best. A diet rich in whole foods, lean proteins, and healthy fats can improve cognitive function, enhance mood, and increase your capacity to handle stress. When you're well nourished, hard tasks become more manageable, and you're better equipped to push your limits. And let's not forget about sleep. Quality sleep is when your brain consolidates learning, repairs itself, and prepares for the next day's challenges. Consistently getting enough sleep will dramatically increase your ability to tackle hard. You'll find yourself more focused, more resilient, and more capable of pushing through difficulties. Now let's talk about the power of incremental progress. Often, when we think about doing hard things, we imagine massive, intimidating tasks. But the reality is most significant achievements are the result of consistent, incremental. Think about writing a book. For most people, the idea of writing an entire book is overwhelming. But what about writing 1 page a day? That's manageable, right? Yet if you write 1 page every day for a year, you'll have a 365-page. That's the power of incremental progress. Apply this principle to whatever hard thing you're trying to achieve. Break it down into the smallest possible daily action. Make that action so small that it would be embarrassing not to do it. Then commit to doing it every single day, no matter what. Over time, you'll build momentum. You'll start to see progress. And as you see progress, your motivation will grow. You'll want to do more. And before you know it, you'll be craving the very thing you once found so daunting. Let's address another crucial point: the importance of rest and recovery. Doing hard things consistently requires energy, both mental and physical. If you're constantly pushing without allowing time for recovery, you'll burn out. And burnout is the enemy of long-term growth and achievement. So, build in regular periods of rest and recovery. This doesn't mean being idle. It means engaging in activities that replenish your energy and enthusiasm. Maybe it's reading a book for pleasure, spending time in nature, or enjoying a hobby. Whatever it is, make it a non-negotiable part of your routine. Remember, rest is not a reward for hard work. It's a necessary component of sustained high performance. The most successful people in any field understand this. They know that periods of intense effort must be balanced with periods of deliberate. Now, let's talk about the power of accountability. It's one thing to make a commitment to yourself to do hard things. It's another thing entirely to make that commitment public, to have others holding you accountable. Find an accountability partner or join a group of like-minded individuals. Share your goals and your plans to achieve them. Check in regularly to report on your progress. The knowledge that others are watching and supporting you can be a powerful motivator when things get tough. But accountability isn't just about having others check up on you. It's about taking full responsibility for your actions and their consequences. When you truly embrace accountability, you stop making excuses. You stop blaming circumstances or other people for your failures. Instead, you ask yourself, what can I do differently next time? This level of accountability is liberating. It puts you in the driver's seat of your life. It empowers you to tackle harder and harder challenges because you know that ultimately your success or failure is in your own hands. Well, let's address another important point. The role of failure in doing hard things. When you commit to tackling difficult tasks, you will fail. It's not a matter of if, but when. And that's okay. In fact, it's more than okay. Failure is not the opposite of success. It's a crucial part of success. Every failure is an opportunity to learn, to adjust your approach, to come back stronger. The most successful people in any field are not those who never fail, but those who fail forward, who use each setback as a stepping stone to greater achievement. So, change your relationship with failure. Instead of fearing it, welcome it. See it as valuable feedback, as a sign that you're pushing your limits. When you fail at something, ask yourself, what can I learn from this? How can I use this experience to get better? Remember, the path to mastery is not a straight line. It's a series of ups and downs, of successes and failures. Embrace this journey. Celebrate your successes. Learn from your failures and keep pushing forward. Now let's talk about the power of focus. In today's world of constant distractions, the ability to focus deeply on hard tasks is becoming increasingly rare and increasingly valuable. Training your brain to crave hard things is in large part about training your ability to focus. Start by eliminating distractions when you're working on challenging tasks. Turn off notifications on your phone and computer. Find a quiet space where you won't be interrupted. Use tools like timers or apps that block distracting websites. Then practice focusing for increasingly longer periods. Start with just 15 minutes of uninterrupted focus on a hard task. Gradually increase this time as your focus muscle gets stronger. You'll find that as your ability to focus improves, your capacity to tackle difficult tasks will grow exponentially. Remember, focus is like a muscle. The more you use it, the stronger it gets, and the stronger your focus, the more you'll be able to accomplish, and the more you'll crave the satisfaction of deep, focused work. Let's address another crucial aspect, the power of your environment. Your surroundings have a profound impact on your thoughts, feelings, and behaviors. If you want to train your brain to crave hard things, create an environment that supports and encourages them. Surround yourself with reminders of your goals and the reasons why you're pushing yourself. Put up motivational quotes or images that inspire you. Keep your workspace clean and organized. A cluttered environment can lead to a cluttered mind. But your environment isn't just physical, it's also the people you surround yourself with. As the saying goes, you're the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with. So, choose wisely. Seek out people who inspire you, who challenge you, who support your growth. If you can't physically surround yourself with such people, find them virtually. Read books by great thinkers and achievers. Listen to podcasts featuring successful people in your field. Join online communities of like-minded individuals who are committed to personal growth. Now let's talk about the power of mindfulness in training your brain to crave hard things. Mindfulness, the practice of being fully present and aware in the moment, can be a powerful tool in your journey. When you're faced with a difficult task, take a moment to check in with yourself. Notice your thoughts and feelings without judgment. Are you feeling anxious, excited, overwhelmed? Simply acknowledging these feelings can often reduce their power over you. Then bring your full attention to the task at hand. Focus on the process, not the outcome. Engage fully with what you're doing, moment by moment. This level of presence can turn even the most challenging tasks into opportunities for flow. That state of complete absorption where time seems to fly by. Practicing mindfulness regularly can also increase your overall resilience and ability to handle stress. It can help you stay calm and focused in the face of difficulties, making it easier to tackle hard things. The role of gratitude in training your brain to crave challenges. It might seem counterintuitive, but cultivating gratitude can actually increase your capacity for doing hard things. When you're grateful, you're focused on what you have rather than what you lack. This abundance mindset can give you the confidence to take on bigger challenges. It can help you see obstacles as opportunities rather than insurmountable. Moreover, being grateful for the opportunity to grow and improve can change how you view difficult tasks. Instead of seeing them as burdens, you'll start to see them as gifts, chances to become stronger, smarter, more capable. At the end of each day, write down 3 things you're grateful for about the hard things you tackled that day. Maybe you're grateful for the lesson you learned from a failure. Maybe you're grateful for the strength you discovered in yourself when you pushed through a tough task. Whatever it is, acknowledge it and appreciate it. Now let's talk about the power of teaching and reinforcing your own growth. One of the best ways to solidify your own learning and to push yourself to new levels is to teach others. When you explain a concept or skill to someone else, you deepen your own understanding. You're forced to break things down, to see them from new angles, to fill in gaps in your knowledge. So as you progress in your journey of doing hard things, look for opportunities to share your knowledge and experience with others. This could be through formal teaching or mentoring, or simply by sharing your insights with friends or colleagues. Not only will this reinforce your own growth, but it will also provide additional motivation. Knowing that others are looking to you for guidance can push you to tackle even harder challenges, to continue growing and learning so you can be a better teacher and role model. The importance of celebration. When you're focused on doing hard things, it's easy to get caught up in always looking ahead to the next challenge. But it's vital to take time to celebrate your victories, no matter how small they might seem. Celebration serves several important purposes. First, it provides positive reinforcement, training your brain to associate hard work with reward. Second, it gives you a chance to reflect on how far you've come, boosting your confidence for future challenges. And third, it provides a much-needed moment of joy and relaxation in what can often be an intense journey of growth. So make celebration a regular part of your routine. Set milestones for yourself and decide in advance how you'll celebrate when you reach them. Maybe it's treating yourself to a special meal, taking a day off to do something you enjoy, or simply sharing your achievement with friends and family. Remember, the celebration doesn't have to be big or elaborate. What matters is that you acknowledge your progress and allow yourself to feel good about it. This positive association will make it easier for your brain to crave the next challenge. Now let's talk about the power of curiosity in more depth. Curiosity is a natural antidote to fear and resistance. When you approach hard things with a sense of curiosity, you shift your focus from the difficulty to the potential for discovery and growth. Cultivate a curious mindset by asking questions. When faced with a challenging task, ask yourself, what can I learn from this? How might this help me grow? What new skills or knowledge might I gain? This shift in perspective can transform a daunting task into an exciting opportunity for exploration. Moreover, curiosity can help you push through the initial discomfort of trying something new or difficult. When you're genuinely curious about something, you're more willing to tolerate the awkwardness of being a beginner, the frustration of initial failures, and the uncertainty of the unknown. Let's address another important aspect: the power of patience in doing hard things. In our instant gratification culture, it's easy to get discouraged when we don't see immediate results from our efforts. But true growth and mastery take time. They require patience and persistent effort. Understand that progress is often nonlinear. You might work hard for weeks or months with little visible progress and then suddenly experience a breakthrough. This is normal. It's how growth often works. Trust the process. Keep showing up. Keep doing the hard things, even when it feels like you're not making. Patience also allows you to take a long-term view of your growth. Instead of getting frustrated by day-to-day setbacks, you can focus on your overall trajectory. Are you better this month than you were last month? Are you tackling harder things now than you were a year ago? This long-term perspective can help you stay motivated and committed to your journey of growth. Now let's talk about the power of self-reflection in training your brain to crave hard things. Regular self-reflection allows you to learn from your experiences, adjust your approach, and stay aligned with your goals and values. Set aside time each week to reflect on your progress. Ask yourself, what hard things did I tackle this week? What did I learn from them? What worked? What could I improve? This reflection not only helps you become more effective at doing hard things, but it also reinforces the positive feelings associated with growth and achievement. Moreover, self-reflection can help you stay connected to your why, your deep-seated reasons for pushing yourself to do hard things. When you're clear on why you're doing what you're doing, it becomes easier to stay motivated and push through difficulties. This addresses another crucial point: the importance of self-care and sustaining your ability to do hard things. Pushing yourself to tackle challenges consistently requires energy, both mental and physical. Without proper self-care, you risk burnout, which can derail your progress and make it difficult to get back on track. Self-care isn't selfish or indulgent. It's a necessary part of sustained high performance. It includes basics like getting enough sleep, eating nutritious food, and exercising regularly. But it also includes activities that replenish your mental and emotional energy, like spending time in nature, practicing mindfulness, or engaging in hobbies you enjoy. Remember, the goal isn't to be in a constant state of pushing and striving. The goal is to build a sustainable practice of growth and achievement, and that requires balancing periods of intense effort with periods of rest and recovery. Now, let's talk about the power of language in shaping your ability to do hard things. The words you use, both in your self-talk and in describing your experiences to others, have a profound impact on your mindset and behavior. Instead of saying, I have to do this hard thing, Try saying, I get to do this hard thing. This simple shift changes the task from an obligation to an opportunity. Instead of this is too hard, try this is challenging, but I'm capable of figuring it out. Instead of I'm not good at this, try I'm not good at this yet, but I'm improving with practice. Pay attention to your language and consciously choose words that empower you and reinforce your commitment to growth. Over time, this will shape your thoughts and beliefs, making it easier for your brain to crave challenges and hard work. Role of creativity in doing hard things. Often, when we're faced with a difficult task, we get stuck in conventional thinking. We try to tackle the problem head-on, using the same approaches we've always used. But sometimes the key to overcoming a challenge is to approach it from a completely new angle. Cultivate your creativity by exposing yourself to new ideas, new experiences, and new ways of thinking. Read books outside your usual genres. Talk to people with different backgrounds and perspectives. Try new hobbies or activities. This diverse input can spark new connections in your brain, leading to innovative solutions to difficult problems. Moreover, creativity can make the process of doing hard things more enjoyable. When you bring a spirit of playfulness and experimentation to your challenges, you're more likely to stay engaged and motivated even when things get tough. Now let's talk about the power of consistency in training your brain to crave hard things. Consistency is often more important than intensity when it comes to long-term growth and achievement. It's better to do something challenging every day, even if it's small, than to push yourself to the limit occasionally and then take long breaks. Consistency builds momentum. It creates habits. It rewires your brain to expect and even look forward to daily challenges. Over time, doing hard things becomes not just a choice, but a part of who you are. Set up systems and routines that support consistent effort. Maybe it's tackling your most challenging task first thing in the morning or setting aside a specific time each day for focused work on your most important goals. Whatever it is, make it a non-negotiable part of your day. The importance of flexibility in your approach to doing hard things. While consistency is key, it's also important to be adaptable. What works for you today might not work tomorrow. The strategies that got you to your current level might not be the ones that will take you to the next level. Be willing to experiment with different approaches. If something isn't working, don't stubbornly stick to it out of a misplaced sense of commitment. Instead, step back, reassess, and try something new. This flexibility allows you to continually grow and adapt, tackling ever greater challenges. Remember, the goal isn't just to do hard things. It's to become the kind of person who thrives on challenges, who sees difficulties as opportunities for growth. And that requires a willingness to adapt and evolve your approach as you grow. Now, as we near the end of our journey together, let's talk about legacy. When you commit to training your brain to crave hard things, you're not just changing your own life. You're setting an example for others. You're showing what's possible when someone decides to embrace challenges rather than avoid them. Think about the impact you could have on your family, your friends, your colleagues. Think about how your willingness to tackle difficult tasks could inspire others to push their own limits. Your journey of growth and achievement has the potential to create ripples that extend far beyond your own life. So as you go forward from here, remember that you're not just doing this for yourself. You're doing it for everyone who's watching, everyone who might be inspired by your example to pursue their own growth and achievement. In the end, training your brain to crave hard things is about more than just personal success. It's about becoming the best version of yourself, about maximizing your potential, about making the greatest possible contribution to the world. It's about waking up each day excited by the challenges ahead, knowing that each difficult task you tackle is making you stronger, smarter, more capable. It's about going to bed each night satisfied that you've pushed yourself, that you've grown, that you've moved one step closer to your goals. This journey won't be easy. There will be days when you'll want to give up, when the challenges seem too great, when it feels like you're not making progress. But those are the days that matter most. Those are the days when you have the opportunity to prove to yourself what you're really capable of. Remember, every great achievement in history came from someone doing something difficult. Every breakthrough, every innovation, every step forward for humanity came because someone was willing to tackle the hard things. You have that same potential within you. You have the power to reshape your mind, to make it crave the very things that will lead you to success. But it takes commitment. It takes consistency. It takes the courage to keep pushing forward, even when things get tough. Starting today, seek out the hard things. Embrace the challenges. Push your limits. Train your brain to crave the very tasks that will lead you to your goals. Do one hard thing today, and then do another tomorrow, and another the day after that. Build momentum. Create habits. Rewire your brain. Remember, the person you become is determined by the challenges you're willing to face. So become the kind of person who runs towards difficulty, who sees obstacles as opportunities, who thrives on pushing the boundaries of what's possible. You have everything you need within you. You have the strength, the intelligence, the resilience to tackle whatever challenges come your way. All you need to do is make the decision to embrace the hard things, to pursue growth relentlessly, to become the best version of yourself. The journey won't be easy, but I promise you this, it will be worth it. The sense of achievement, the growth, the person you'll become, these are rewards that far outweigh any temporary discomfort or struggle. So go forth. Face your challenges head on. Do the hard things and watch as you transform not just your brain, but your entire life. The world is waiting for the unique contribution that only you can make. It's time to step up, to push your limits, to become the person you were always meant to be. Remember, every moment is a choice. Every day is an opportunity. You have the power to reshape your mind, to create the life you want, to achieve things beyond your wildest dreams. All it takes is the willingness to do the hard things, to embrace the challenges, to push yourself beyond what you thought was possible. Your future self is watching. Your future self is cheering you on. Your future self knows the incredible things you're capable of achieving. So don't let them down. Rise to the challenge. Embrace the difficulty. Train your brain to crave the very things that will lead you to success. You are capable of amazing things. You have untapped potential within you, and the key to unlocking that potential is your willingness to do the hard things. So go out there and make it happen. Your journey of growth and achievement starts now. Otherwise, the world is waiting for you. It's time to show them what you're made of. Thank you.